Is the price of Maneki concerning to me whatsoever as of right now? No, because I actually don't mind it. If let's say the price action is looking kind of caca, I don't think that it's going to be a determining factor as to how well it's going to do in the future because a dollar, that is my price prediction for Maneki during this bull run. And even though that's not financial advice, I do believe that what we're seeing right now could very well be forgotten about if, let's say, Maneki does a lot better in the future. And by the way, excuse my voice. When I woke up today, I had a very sore throat, couldn't really speak properly for a couple hours or whatever when I woke up. But even besides that point, as of right now, it's a lot better, even though it could be better. But I'm still going to have to talk about Maneki because, I'm very bullish on it. But here's the thing. Sometimes people like to say that, oh yeah, man, a dollar is insane, all this type of stuff. Oh, it's over 140x from here. This is crazy, all this type of stuff. Well, here's the thing. I've seen many, many times before, a project dumping over 90%. And then it's doing caca, and then it makes a very massive recovery and does a lot better. For instance, I've been through this myself. Take a look at Floki, and this is a verifiable fact because one of my earliest videos ever is on Floki. When I acquired Floki for the first time, I was like, wow, this is amazing. It's going to keep going up. All this is very fantastic. Then suddenly what happened? Boom, price drop. Over 90%. Now, that didn't happen in a day or whatever, but it was gradual. But at the time, I was like, you know what? I'll just keep holding. And then it just kept going lower and lower and lower. And then I was like, oh, man. Then you know what happened? Good thing I didn't give up. I kept accumulating more and more Floki. I felt a lot better. There was no more caca feelings. Why is that? It's because I was able to acquire more on the dip. Now, I still believe in Floki even as of right now. But guess what happened? When I was acquiring at those low times, Floki did around a 30x from there. So if you think about it, I think, again, we've seen time and time again, even for the case of a meme coin like Floki doing very caca, but then it does a lot better. And then people forget about those bad days. Because if I talk about those days back then, everyone's going to be like, hey, don't talk about that. That's the past, all this type of stuff. But then when it comes to Maneki, as of right now, it's very easy to kind of critique it because it is experiencing not such a good moment. The market cap isn't doing the best. It's below $100 million. I get it. Some people may think that this is trash, but I think if anything, the lower something is, hypothetically, the more room it has to grow. And it's not like reaching $1 is that crazy anyways, considering current circulating supply. Market cap would be around $9 billion at that point. Now, I get it. It may sound kind of crazy, like a $9 billion market cap, but we've seen Dogecoin reach over 80 billion. We've seen Shiba Inu reach around 40 billion. So I'm not talking about these crazy figures here, something that's unachievable. If I'm saying that, yeah, Maneki's going to go to $100 billion market cap, then of course that's insane. Even if, let's say I'm going to say that Maneki's going to go to a 40 billion, like a Shiba Inu, or over 80 billion, like a Doge, of course people will think what is this, right? But then around a $9 billion market cap doesn't seem so, insane. Because if I take a look at Maneki, a Solana-based meme coin, now, do I think that Solana is the best layer 1 blockchain out there of all time? I would arguably say no. Now, the reason why is because even though Solana is very fast, it's very scalable, very low gas fees, reliability is often a concern because we've seen time and time again, Solana have these network outages. Now, this is historical, right? In the future, people say it's fixed and, I'll take their word for it, I guess. But then you know what? I still think that the overall package when it comes to Solana is very amazing because you have to take a look at the overall package, right? For instance, let's say someone's taking a 100 question exam on their finals or whatever. But then let's say they get a couple questions wrong. I mean, are they going to fail the class? No. I mean, let's say they only get 2 or 3 mistakes. That's still an A. So it's not like it's the end or something like that. It's not like, oh, wow, I made a couple mistakes. It's done. No, that's not the case whatsoever. The way I take a look at it is that when it comes to Solana, it's not perfect, but it's good enough. And that's all that matters, I suppose. So seeing Maneki on there, I think that's great. Not to mention as well, if I take a look at Maneki, it's under some competition because there are many catty meme coins out there that are starting to pop up. But in my opinion, this one is unique because it is the theme of good luck and a symbol of good luck because Maneki, it's otherwise known as a Japanese beckoning cat. So the way I take a look at it is that this is amazing because that is typically viewed as a symbol of good luck. I see it sometimes in some stores. Sometimes like the paws like moving back and forth. Sometimes it's just like a stationary like figurine. Usually it's like in the like, cash register area or in like the front desk or whatever. But even besides that point, this right here is a very good touch in my opinion. And I don't think this sport is going to be bad, because you even take a look at Charles Hoskinson, the founder of not only Cardano, but he's also the co-founder of Ethereum. According to Charles, in the next 1 or 2 years on a video that he was a part of on November 26th, he did state how, again, in the next 1 or 2 years from then, right, he could very well see Bitcoin reaching the price of either $250,000, so that's 250,000, all the way up to $500,000, aka $500,000. So you could only imagine that. That's kind of insane. Now, I don't think Bitcoin personally is going to go to $500,000 during this run. That's a little bit too optimistic. But you know what? You never know. But even despite that, let's say we use this like worst case example, which is like 250,000, 250,000. If Bitcoin were to do that, it's only fair to assume that a meme coin, much like MANEKI, is just going to absolutely skyrocket. At that point, $1, I don't see why not. I think MANEKI could very well be the next, big meme coin. It showed a glimpse of that like not too long ago, and then it's having a pullback. But you know what? It's fine, because the way I take a look at it is that, again, the lower the price, the better it is for me, because I can accumulate more. Now, I don't want low prices forever, of course. But what I'm saying is that for the time being, why not? It's like more of a chance for me to accumulate. And I do really like that. So when it comes to MANEKI, it's a no-brainer pick for me. Price action may not be doing the best. But you know what? Who cares? Because the way I take a look at it is that brighter days could be ahead, and people, they're probably going to forget all about this moving forward. I would say hypothetically, personally for me, I would give it some time, like 6 months to a year from right now. Things could be very different. I just think that the narrative when it comes to meme coins, it's going to jump back in again. I think sometimes people think that meme coins are done, all this type of stuff, but I disagree with that. Meme coins, I think, will always have a place because they're fun, they're exciting, they're enticing, they're cool. That's what they're supposed to be all about. It's like a Mini Cooper, right? Am I going to go racing in a Mini Cooper? Like, am I going to try to defeat a Ferrari? Probably not, right? Am I going to go off-roading with that? Probably not as well. Of course, hypothetically, I wouldn't do that. But then at the same time, it does have its own niche. It's like a meme coin. It's like a Mini Cooper, People sometimes just like it. A meme coin, yeah, sure, it's very like volatile in some cases. Also, the use case is usually never the best. But you know what? It's cool. It's interesting. It's exciting. And I like MANEKI. And reaching the price of $1 during this sport run still wouldn't surprise me whatsoever. And make sure to subscribe if you gain value from this video. I greatly appreciate it. It's been Lee the Captain, and I'll catch y'all on the next one. I'm up. Peace.